Hi everyone, it's Star. Welcome back to my channel. So today I would like to share with you a video on what I do to condition my hair while it's dirty before I shampoo. So my hair is natural. I haven't had a relaxer since I was maybe, I don't even know. I was in when I was younger, basically. My mom used to send me to the hair salon and I used to get relaxers. And a relaxer was basically to help me maintain my natural hair because my natural hair is really, really curly and it was just hard to manage back in the day. But then I developed my own technique on how to manage my hair. So my hair is natural and it does have frizz here and there, but at the end of the day, you can stop frizz, but if your hair is natural, you'll always have that type of frizz and humidity and so forth with the environment. So before I wash my hair, I divide it into sections and I use apple cider. Apple cider is really good for your scalp as far as like itchiness and dandruff, or in general, if you feel like you don't have any growth going in your hair because of breakage or you're not taking care of your hair. Simple apple cider rinse usually would take care of that problem, but you have to be consistent. You can't do it like once and expect your hair to just drastically change. So apple cider is good for dandruff, dry hair, stimulating your scalp, and it also helped me with detangling my hair. I don't know what it is, but it was a faster detangling process like after I conditioned, and it's really, really good. And it's really effective to dilute it. I don't necessarily recommend that you just pour apple cider vinegar on your hair because it can be really strong, but I do use a little bit of it without diluting it and I rub it on my scalp because I feel like that has not harmed me and I feel like it's been working really good, and after that my hair is not as itchy. And so the honey, I use honey because honey has its natural properties and it's an antioxidant as well as antibacterial, and it fights against infection, so we wouldn't have any infections in our hair as far as like fungus, scalp damage, dandruff, anything as far as like any disease that's related to like skin and like our scalp and that sort of nature. And also, honey is like a natural lightener. So if you want to lighten your hair for some reason, you colored it before, you want to get it back to normal, but you don't want to use bleach. I heard that honey is good for lightening. I never used it for that purpose, but as you can see, I rinsed my hair a while back and I feel like it's getting a little bit lighter. So maybe the honey been helping me with that. Also, the olive oil is good for moisturizing. Olive oil is basically good to lock in that moisture and get your hair back to its natural shine. And right now, my hair is about a week old because I didn't get a chance to film this intro video. Shame on me. But it's still pretty intact, right?
Okay, so I'm starting out with a bowl of hot water so the honey can melt and dissolve effectively. Then you're just going to give that a swirl. And then you're going to go in with apple cider vinegar. And I love apple cider vinegar. I'm going to use 3 capfuls because my hair could really use some apple cider vinegar. Then I'm going to go in with olive oil, and I use 2 because with this winter your hair dries out really bad and olive oil brings back that moisture that we all strive for. Then you just give it a swirl and let it sit and wait. And so then you're going to grab your brush and make sure you detangle your hair, because when you're applying products in your hair, the worst thing you can do is comb through knots with your fingers, and you don't want your hair to start strutting and being all tangled. So now I'm going to use apple cider vinegar, and I like to start off with this first because it's really good for your scalp. So I'm going to use 1 cupful, or 1 capful, excuse me. And then I'm just going to swirl it in my hand a little bit. And then the key to this is to use your fingertips. So with your fingertips, you're just going to rub it through your scalp from the front to the back to the sides, and just rub it until you feel like it's been rubbed enough. Then I went a little bit crazy because it feels good to like rub your scalp and massage your head. So yeah, don't mind me. I was listening to my song, got apple cider vinegar in my eye. But yeah, it's really, really good for your scalp because if you have a dry scalp or dandruff, you need to tend to that, and apple cider vinegar is really great for that. So here I'm just separating my hair into 4 sections as usual. It works better for me if I separate my hair because as you can see it's long, and if I don't separate it, it'll get all tangled, and then that's just bad for business. So yeah, just untangle your hair and separate it into 4 sections. Okay, so now you just get your product, and it smells a little bit funky because apple cider vinegar is sour, but that's okay because it works really, really well for our hair. Then you're just gonna strip your hair in different sections, but first you basically put it all over the section and then strip it into pieces. And that's basically what I'm doing, and as you can see it's getting wet, and that's the look that you need to get because you want to put all the product in your hair. And as I'm doing it, I'm making sure I'm rubbing it towards my scalp as well, making sure I get every little piece that I can. And then you're going to make sure you get your ends as well and just twist it a little bit and focus on your hair. Okay, so to get that section out of the way, you just basically twist it all around and you're going to pin it right back up and start on to the next sections. And this is what I do all over my head. So yeah, I'll speak to you guys in a little bit. Okay, so when I get to the front of my hair, I usually do it really slow because the front of your hair is really delicate, and if you had problems with like your edges or like the tip of your hair breaking out, you want to use this method like slowly and make sure you rub it into like your baby hair section and just do it as slow as possible so you won't mess up your edges. And then of course I give it a final rub through, and then I'm gonna just take down the back and mix it all together. And I'm gonna show you how slow I'm moving in a bit because you really have to go slow. I speeded up the video just for the sake of time, but this how slow I usually be going and just raking my hands through my hair, and it's the process of detangling just in case it gets tangled up. So yeah, and you can see the shine already that is forming, and it's a really nice method to do when you really want some like added shine and moisture to your hair, especially for the winter time because it gets really cold here in New York, and you always want to have that backup plan to get your moisture back intact because no one wants dry, brittle ends or dry, brittle scalp or whatever the case is. No one wants anything dry. We want everything to be moisturized, and that promotes healthy hair growth. So yeah. That's the final look after I put my product in, but the leftovers, I'm going to show you guys that I basically pour it all over my head, and this is me in the sink. Hopefully I don't make a mess, which I possibly did. And then you're just going to put your hair up in a bun and make sure you twist out all the excess water, and you sit for 45 minutes.